Hello folks and welcome once again to the Movie Mad channel. It's James here. I'm back from my holiday. I got back on Sunday and the plan on my holiday was to do a lot of activities with my son during the day and then maybe watch a couple of movies at night. But as with all good plans, things never worked out like that. Basically, we are doing quite a few activities during the day. Went swimming, went to the beach, cut the grass, went to the beach quite a few times, went to Eyemouth, went to the arcade where he likes to waste his money in the 2p machines, done some crab fishing, looking for some crabs, and we basically spent most of the days out and about. But see, when I got home, or back to the caravan, I just felt like I was really tired. So I couldn't concentrate on a movie. So I ended up just watching wee things like I watched Cops, an American cop show, and a few other things. But I did watch one movie when I was there, and I watched The Town with Ben Affleck, and I'd never seen that before. And it was actually a pretty good movie. Ben Affleck basically plays a bank robber, but he falls in love with one of the tellers or the bank manager that he has robbed, and tries to change his life a little bit. So you've got a wee bit of affinity for him because he is trying to change his life, but he is a bad guy, but the way he tries and changes it is a good thing. So I thought overall it was a pretty good movie and well worth watching, and I do have it in my collection here, but I watched it on Amazon Prime because I was at the caravan. I didn't have access to my movie collection there. So since I've been back, I've been trying to think about my movie collection in general because, it is looking a bit untidy and a bit disorganised. And Roy was talking about a movie to me the other day. It says where Tom Hanks plays a TV show host, and I was like, never heard it. And then he said the name of the movie, and it's A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood, and I have got that, and it's somewhere in my collection. And I've never watched it. And I thought, can I find it? No. So my collection. So when I was looking for that, I decided to do a little bit more reorganising. And just before I went on holiday, I was thinking about reorganising my movie collection into actors rather than, A, B, C, D, etc. And I've got a few sections there, like a Bruce Willis section, Arnold Schwarzenegger section, a favourite Adam Sandler section, Jim Carrey section, that type of thing. And I have been doing that slowly, and it is looking a wee bit better. But each time I'm reorganising, I've got slip covers on these movies, and they just get, when they're getting moved about, they're getting damaged. And I'm realising more and more that my collection needs to be quality rather than quantity. I'm sure a lot of people have realised movies that I really, really like. So I'm not going to get rid of the movies that I haven't watched in my collection, or there maybe one or two watch ones for me, but I'm going to put more of them in the Polly Pocket so my collection can, shall we say, breathe a bit more. It's got a little bit more space for the movies that I actually care about. And I was thinking about that, and if I'm going to do it in actors, then I'm going to have to split up my favourite shelf over here. Because it's got Kurt Russell, it's got Brad Pitt on it, it's got Mel Gibson on it, it's got Nicolas Cage on it. So I'm thinking, how am I going to do that? And there's a start of Harrison Ford section. It's got Patriot Games, Clearing Pest of Danger, and the Firewall up there. And I knew I had a Harrison Ford sort of area when I started this off. And the reason I knew that is because I was like, just give me 2 secs. And see, now I can't find it. I had The Fugitive out, and I was thinking, I must have a Harrison Ford section somewhere. And I don't. Well, I do. I've got 3 up there, but I've got The Fugitive to go in there. So I'm just trying to do a little bit more organisation and making the place a little bit tidier. So I've been doing that after work rather than making videos or watching too many movies. I've actually started watching Heroes from the start again, and the reason I started watching Heroes from the start, well, I've got the whole box set up there, season 1 to 4, and I've got season 1 to 2 separate. I was going to trade it in and get like 10p for them. I'm like, for a full series of Heroes, quality discs, quality show, well, first couple of series anyway, that seems a really, really bad deal. Now, back in, I think it was 2007, I rented Heroes from Blockbuster. Did we do that when we were your mums?
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the whole first season and I rented it. I think it might have been £7 or something to rent that for 2 or 3 nights.
I think so.
Something like that. And I'm like, and that's why I'm like, this, you're only getting 10p for this now. Back in 2007, like, it cost £7 to rent that, and I'm delighted to own it. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take those 2 series down to the caravan and leave them there, so that anybody there can at least watch the first 2 seasons. Because the discs and the show is quality, and rather than get 10p for it, I'm going to do that. So that's what I was thinking about, and I'm delighted to own the full set of Heroes now, because when you were back in the Blockbuster days, when you were renting that for, I think it must have been £7 for 3 nights or something like that. You were like, I wish I could keep this show, and you couldn't, because it was like 30 or 40 quid for the first season on DVD. Same with Lost. I think we watched Lost, and I'm glad to own it. And that's probably why I collect physical media, because back when you were having to rent it, it was like, wow, owning this is such a thing. But nowadays, owning seems to be, as I say, with streaming, seems to be a little less prevalent, shall we say, or less people are interested in owning it. Apart from you guys who watch the channel, because I'm sure you'll be happy. You're collectors like me. So I did order a movie for my collection just before I went on holiday, and it was here just before I left. And that is another Tom Hanks movie. That is The Terminal. I seen this used on Amazon Mumlex for £6.39 it was. I also sent Larry a copy because I thought he'll really enjoy this one. And I picked up The Terminal. It's a great movie. I don't want to talk too much about the movie itself because Larry's going to watch it and I don't want to get spoilers on it there. But needless to say, I really, really enjoy this movie, and it's really rewatchable for me. And I was surprised when it wasn't in my collection. And the reason it isn't in my collection is probably because you can't get the Blu-ray in the UK. You can only get it from Germany. So picked that one up for £6.39. I thought that was a great deal. Larry, just before I went as well, also did send me a bootleg copy of a film that I really enjoy, which is The Greyhound, Tom Hanks war movie from Apple. And I've watched this maybe 4 or 5 times, and my dad really enjoys this movie too. And I'd like him to be able to watch it on his TV. He doesn't have an Apple TV subscription, so getting it on disc means that he can watch it on his TV. So he'll be happy with that. So I'll lend that to him, and he can watch it. So there you go. So Greyhound, what a movie that is! It really is good. It's Somebody was just telling me that they missed the interruptions of the budgie tweeting. Don't have a budgie anymore. But I've got dogs. They can make a great interruption as well, as you can hear. So Greyhound with Tom Hanks, as I said, a great movie. And I came back, and Larry had said to me, when you come back he didn't say it to me, he said, I came back from a holiday and there was a package, and I'm like, I didn't order anything. So I opened it up, and it was another Adam Sandler movie to add to the collection, which I've not seen, which is The Cobbler. So I look forward to watching that one. I'm pretty sure it's maybe it's the Shoemaker and his elves on there.
Yes, James?
So the
What?
interruptions continue. That's why I have the film too much as well, because there's so many interruptions. But there we go. So right, so I'm just losing my train of thought completely because I'm getting distracted. So thank you very much for sending this for me, Larry. I will watch this one along with my Adam Sandler collection, and I think I'm going to do a little bit more tidying up of my collection. And try and group some more actors together. Maybe it's not the right way to do it. Maybe I should do AZ, but I don't know. What do you get? Most people do it A to Z, don't they? But I just don't know if I can do that, because it means that right. I'll just explain a little bit. So these shelves here, I sort of custom built the shelves. They never came like this. They were more for DVDs. So I've put the shelves at a level that I want. And the reason that all these ones just about on the top shelf there have slip covers on them is in my main shelf. I think they would get damaged because there's movies on top of movies, shall we say. This one here's got a few ones in cases here, as you can see. I'm going to pop that in there just now. A few ones in slip covers, and my Van Damme collection that's not yet complete. I still need a few more for that. But I've got a few. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. I think there's like 7 or 8. See, it's 88 Films, Jack and Shyamalan. I bought that because it traded in for a good price, and I kept this copy. And I've never watched it. Kung Fu type of thing's probably not my thing. That's what I'm saying. I really need to think about what's in my collection and what's not. I probably will watch that eventually. Again, oh look, The Secret of My Success. That can go my Michael J. Fox selection. The other thing is I've got a lot of movies in box sets. So putting Clint Eastwood together, for example, I've got the whole Clint Eastwood selection up there. I've got 2 of them. Also got some Superman, some more Clint Eastwood up the top there. You see? And there's my full box of heroes, and then I've got other ones there. So, you know, getting rid of ones and tidying this up is an ongoing task for me. Right, I've got Iron Man 2 there, right? Got Iron Man 2 there, but it's a really thin one. And I've got, and that's not got a slip cover, so it would just ruin the mood of my nice slips up there. He says, and I have moved some of my 4Ks and ones that I really like here, like my Waterworld, the Deep Impact, the Nolan, the Blu-ray Twister that Larry got me, which is a great soundtrack, the Core 4K there, and Star Wars Return and Rocky 2. So I'm just having a wee bit of a, you know, tidy up at the moment and trying to make my system a wee bit better. So that's my thoughts. Hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you've enjoyed it, I hope to see you next time. Maybe I'll have some more movies to talk about. I may very well do, but I'm most likely going to be tidying up. And I think I might try and review one 4K at least each month. Yep, I think I'll try and do that. Alright, thanks guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Oh, get a stand out of the way.